Dialing. Hey, what's going on, James?
Hey man, I'm doing all right. How is this?
Isaiah.
Yeah, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's sweet.
So Ian,
Yeah.
kind of gave me the info. He said that I looked you up. I mean, you're definitely like not one of those fly-by-night companies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Appreciate that. That is true.
I still haven't really talked to my sister yet about like, you know what I mean, get her. I'm sure he kind of told you kind of our timeline. Like we definitely, between my brother and sister and I have kind of gotten on the same page with, I'm gonna sell it, but like, she still lives there, so it's not like she still lives there. She hasn't even started to look, right? So.
Oh, so sister lives there. Kind of tell me the whole. Just give me a rundown of the situation. Why does your sister live there? Was it inherited? It's in both of you's names.
No, yeah. So it's an inheritance, and it's like we just moved mom and dad out of there, and my sister was living there to take care of them. She's unmarried, but she's ready to like. My brother and I thought she was gonna like want to keep living there, but she doesn't. So, but that being said, like this all just happened, and she hasn't like even started looking for places, right?
Is there a note on the house?
Huh?
Is there a note on the house that's being paid?
No. Like I was had a house paid off for 2 decades, I think.
Okay. So really, this isn't something that you guys are looking to move forward on now. This would be something down the line.
Well, like I said, like so I told Ian, I told the first guy that called me or whatever that we have a couple of other rental properties that my parents had like bought and like had and self-managed. We have a property management company that does that now, and I was
okay.
Kind of like thinking about like doing that with this one, but I just don't. I think my brother and sister also want to sell those rent houses too. Like ultimately, I don't think they want to like keep them. I think they want to like liquidate.
So all of you own the property management company?
No, we don't own it. We have like a property manager. We have like
okay, and all of you, the rental properties, all of you own those?
Well, right. I mean, it's all in my parents' name, but I'm
right. Okay.
And we're gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like my dad's, not to get too personal, my dad's gonna pass soon. My mom, is like not like one to like she's gonna, my mom doesn't. I don't want to say my mom doesn't care because she obviously cares, but like she's not over here telling us what we're gonna do with that stuff. Like we're the ones telling her if we need to liquidate that stuff or whatever.
So your mom and dad are still alive. It's your dad's kind of company, and then he's passing it down to you guys.
It's not his company. Again, we don't own a property management company.
I mean the portfolio is what I mean.
I mean, I don't know if I call it a portfolio. I mean, they got like 2 houses, and then this is like this was their primary residence, right? But yeah, they're not like fucking real estate.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm just trying to get a understanding of the bigger picture. So it's just two properties, and this is one of them.
No, this is a residence is separate. There are 2 rental houses that we are, again, not at this point, like, thinking about selling. Your guy called me about Landershire, which is their old house. They don't live there anymore. My sister does live there, and I'm, like, the POA or executor, and again, like,
okay.
My parents don't need to sell that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they have, like, retirement money and already have, like, all their shit kind of, like, handled. But, again, like, we're not going to keep a house just to keep a house, right? Like, again, if my sister, like, as of, like, a week ago, we didn't know what the plan was. I thought, me and my brother and I thought that we were, like, my sister was going to keep living there. Now, she wants to move out, like, that my mom and dad don't live there anymore. it's too big of a house just for her. She doesn't have any kids. She's not married. She's gonna like still stay locally so she could be around my kids, but like at that point we would want to sell that house, right? Like again, there was talk of potentially putting tenants in there and like just adding it, as you said, to the portfolio. But like I think the consensus is we would just rather liquidate it and have access to the money, not only like for my parents and their greater benefit, but also for us, for the kids, because we all have like stuff that we're looking to do instead of just have a house with however much equities in that house. Like I said, they own it outright. So
okay,
that's
so
kind of the consensus is we want to sell Landershire.
you all agreed on selling it. You all talked about it and agreed on it.
Yeah.
Okay, how long have y'all been talking about selling it?
So I mean, we always kind of knew we would sell it. Like I said, my sisters definitely didn't move in there because she wanted to live in that house. She moved in there to take care of my fucking parents, and like I've got 2 kids and a wife in my own house. My brother lives in Hawaii, so it's kind of like my sister got kind of forced to go live in
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to say that because she, like, of course, wanted.
Yeah, that's still nice. No, that's nice. I would do the same thing.
But now she's like ready to move. Like again, my brother and I just didn't know, and it wasn't something that we like talked with her about, right? Like before a couple of weeks ago. But now that we finally moved my parents out, or I should say, I moved my parents out.
And now it just started happening to be a topic of discussion within the past like 2 weeks.
And now that's like where we agreed on was that yes, she's gonna move out. We're gonna sell the house. But again, like she hadn't even started looking for a place. That's like again, both the first guy and Ian were trying to press me for like when we were gonna close. I'm like,
you don't even know yet.
I don't fucking know. It may take her 30 days. It may take her 6 months to find a place. I don't think it's really gonna take her 6 months. But again, it's definitely gonna be minimum 30 days before she finds a place, and then it's probably going to take her another 30 days, at least a month from there. And we're trying to factor like this in from a timeline starting at the end of October. So we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas, which I guarantee you my sister isn't planning on like moving during Thanksgiving and Christmas. So like we're probably looking at January.
Yeah.
Before she's like out of there.
So how do you think I could help?
I thought y'all were like real estate investors and y'all were gonna buy the house.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so that's how it. Yeah, I mean that's I wasn't like I don't know like I wasn't counting on y'all for help. I just like we don't need like any help moving or anything like that. It was just more of like I get probably 2 or 3 of these kinds of calls or texts a week, right? I usually just hang up on that first guy. He just kind of caught me at the right time. I got his questions. Ian was really nice.
Yeah, Ian's good. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his notes obviously weren't that great, but like
No, his notes are good. I'm just, no, his notes are very, very detailed.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk to you a little bit and hear it from you. Like have a better understanding. So now that I got a better understanding. Obviously, yeah, we're investors. We make offers. Obviously, we make offers that make sense for an investment standpoint. But it's very common that we work with people who are in sort of situations, kind of like the one you're in, or different situations. And sometimes it's not just an easy, here's the cash, here's the house, and go. There's,
sure.
like you're saying.
Right?
Yeah, right. So I was just saying if there's something that we could do to help facilitate that or get the job done, and you said that you did a little bit of research on me and the company and everything, and what did you guys discuss how much the property's worth to you guys right now as it is?
That's what I told Ian. Like I have like a couple of buddies that are in real estate, you know what I mean? Either brokers or real estate agents or whatever. I just didn't want to like ask them for whatever you call comps or whatever, just because I know that they would like start fucking bugging the shit out of me to like sell it out.
To sell it.
So like,
well, why don't you go? Well, why wouldn't you go with a realtor?
it's my understanding. like that's definitely an option. Like especially with my sister's dad and a house is vacant and stuff. It's my understanding that because the house is like pretty original as far as like cosmetics go, that like that's why a lot of people sell their houses that way, just because it's like easier to get a investor who's going to give you a reasonable price comparatively to like you trying to put a house that's in original condition on the market and it just sits for a while. You know what I mean? Like with nobody buying it because there are better, fancier options available, right?
Right.
Zillow now, and it's like the estimated market value says $529,400, right? But I don't know how accurate that is. I can look up the tax stuff, try and figure out what they're valuing it at. I know my sister said that the house across the street, like directly across the street, 3316 Landershire, they like did what I guess what you guys do. They did like a full flip, or like like a uniform. They came in and like modernized the floor plan and painted the outside that white and black that you see all the time nowadays, and like redid the cabinets and the kitchen and stuff. And it shows on Zillow, it shows that they sold it on 10/3, so just like a couple of weeks ago, and that they said the estimates now is $714,900, and that's smaller square footage. It's pretty similar to my parents' house. Like it's like around.
So you have 4 bathrooms?
No, we have 3 full bathrooms. This shows that it's 3 1/2. We have 3 full. Like there's a bathroom in the master. There's a Jack and Jill off the hallway, and then there's a full with just a shower, not a tub shower combo off the den. So yeah, 3 full baths.
So how would you say this? When's the last time you've been inside Lancashire?
Just like last week.
Okay, so you live close by.
Yeah. I also live in Plano. I live in West Plano.
Sweet. I live in downtown. So how does Lancashire compare to this house that just sold across the street?
Yeah, this house is like flipped, right? Like
yeah.
This house is
completely remodeled. It's brand new everything.
Yeah,
completely modern. They still have the plastic on the utilities. I mean not the utilities, the appliances.
Right. Brand new. Yeah, the cabinets.
Everything. The whole house, the bathrooms, everything.
Yeah, like we don't have the stove. Like I'm looking at this kitchen, I'm like, man, that's pretty. How many doms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They even put 11
big stove. Like we don't really have anything like that at my mom and dad's house. This is way nice.
Yeah, they put new grass around everything.
Yeah.
Looks like new construction, but you could kind of tell it's a flip. Is it new construction?
No, they didn't. I would have heard if they had like torn it down. And,
it says year built 2024. Yeah, that's new construction.
Maybe they did enough with like whatever. It says stunning remodel, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they knocked it down. I don't know how.
Probably maybe knocked it down, because I do see where it's the old description. So what would be the next steps for you, or what would you think you would have to do?
I thought you, like what you told me is you were gonna have an offer, and then like I was gonna use that and kind of take that back to my brother and sister and be like, look, this is like what an investor is willing to give us. Again, not dealing with any fucking showings or having to do any updating.
Yeah, no showings, as is, that's right. And we'd cover all the closing costs for you. Yes, I was trying to see where you guys were at. If I had to throw a number out there, it's definitely not going to be in the 500s.
Sure.
It's honestly, I haven't seen the inside. I would love to go see it. Depending on the condition, I mean, it's hard to say. Never been updated since the 70s. Foundation is solid.
It's got some stuff, but it's not like that one across the street, man. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it's not the one across the street. That one's completely remodeled.
My mom did the floors. She has like that wood look.
They don't have wood paneling, do they?
Yeah, the great room they do have wood paneling.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen some people paint it. And you're like, why wouldn't you just pull it off for like texture or whatever? But some people are crazy how they remodel these houses. I much prefer the one we were just looking at, the one across the street.
Okay. So you got carpet in the living room, great room, slab foundation, no cracks or slagging that you know of, right?
No, there's zero. I mean, they just had it checked by an engineer. They got it checked by an engineer like every 5 years. They were really concerned with the foundation for some reason, but they water it. They have they spent money getting irrigation shit built in to water the foundation specifically. And they have, I mean, zero.
So if we walk into the house, it looks like we're walking into. I mean, some things might. It looks like we're walking into the 70s.
I don't want to say time machine, but
Yeah.
you walk into it and you realize that some boomers have been living in there since they bought it and have not, again, tried to spend a grip updating the home. Like for example, in my kitchen, they replaced the counters, but they replaced it with some black granite or some kind of stone. That was probably 15 years ago, but the cabinets are still original, and it doesn't really match. They're a darker wood, and it's a black granite. So I see it, and some people would call it updated because it's not Formica.
Yeah.
They used to be made of, but it's definitely not the kind of stuff that's in my house that my wife picked out.
Right. Exactly. No, I get you.
So I think that's what I mean. I'm pretty sure this, needs a total overhaul to hit that number they got across the street. But again, that is, very similar to my house. It has that same square footage. I mean, obviously there's an extra half bath in there somewhere, but the flow is really nice. That kind of entryway in the main great room. The kitchen's closed off, but you could, I forget what they call that, where they blow out one of the walls.
Yeah.
Right? So
That's what I was thinking. If it's from the 70s, that they had smaller rooms back then. Nowadays, it's more about more open concept. So you probably would have to knock down a wall or something.
Yeah.
I'd say, so your sister lives there, and then you live close by, and where's the other brother?
In Hawaii.
Okay, wow. That's good. What does he do?
He married rich. He did.
What? He married rich?
Yeah, you got fucking lucky, bro.
That's some reverse traditional or whatever.
Yeah, he did good.
Well,
I used to go out there when he first moved out there 20 years ago. I would go out there. He was a lifeguard in the summer and
living the dream.
In the winter, and I was you're wasting your life. And the third or fourth year I went out there, I was I'm so sorry. I can't tell you what to fucking do with it. Fucking crushing it, living on the beach and married some hot chick whose dad was an NFL player, and it's
dang. You got lucky.
I ever tried to tell you how to live your life, little bro.
That's your little brother?
Yeah, so I'm the oldest. Yeah, my brother's 5 years younger than me, and Cameron, my sister's 3 years younger.
So you're the oldest of 3?
Yeah, it's just the 3 of us.
I'm the oldest of 4. Got 2 brothers and a baby sister.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I don't want to throw any numbers out too early or anything without at least just coming to an understanding of what it might cost and everything. And I also would like to at least talk to your sister, get us on a 3-way if that's possible. We could set up a time and see what we could all agree on as far as what realistically you guys think you need to walk away with as far as price.
So that's what I mean by my brother and sister they don't do any of this shit. It's just me that handles all this stuff. They go with what I said. I guess is the right way to put it. Benefits of being the oldest.
But you still got to run it by them, correct?
No, I mean, like I said, it was more of once that's the plan, I'll be responsible for. My sister ain't gonna do shit as far as getting the house sold, neither my brother.
But like if I tell you an
decide
offer,
to sell the house,
like
that's like,
if me, let's say me and you talk numbers and we agree on something, you would have to go tell them first before doing anything else, right?
no, that's what I mean. Like, now that we've decided to sell it, it's on me.
Okay. So let's say we did agree on a number and it's you have complete did you say you have POA?
I'm the only one with a POA, right?
Okay.
Like, my sister and brother aren't making decisions about shit. And again, they shouldn't. My sister doesn't know shit. My brother doesn't do shit. So, like I said, if my sister had told my brother and I, hey, I want to live in mom and dad's house for another 5 years, we would have just said yes. Now that we know she's moving out, and we've all been like, hey, instead of keeping it as a rental, we should sell it and liquidate. Get mom and dad, make sure they're padded enough, and then use some of the other proceeds for the stuff we're planning on doing. That's the plan, and like I'm the one who's going to sell it. Like I said, whether I call Rich and have him list it for me, or I sell it to you, or again, they're not following up with me and trying to figure out having input on that process. It's not a committee.
Right. Yeah.
You don't know our dynamic, but again, if you knew our dynamic, like I said, my sister doesn't know about any of this shit.
But you guys are splitting the proceeds, right? You said you're splitting it between like your parents and like your siblings. You're splitting the proceeds.
I mean, like I said, if we sold it, like we have a pretty good idea on like, again, it's like my parents' stuff, right? Like, they're not dead yet. It's not like we're fucking trying to vulture them and just like.
That's good.
Sell the house, Mom, we want the money.
I've met a lot of people like that. You'd be surprised. I've met a lot of people like that.
My parents are still married. My family's pretty, like, it is rare to have intact like this these days.
Trust me, I know. I deal with a lot of inherited properties.
In your industry, for sure.
Exactly, no. Yeah, that's correct. A lot of people.
Yeah, we're definitely, like I said, I would say, again, it kind of depends on what the number is, but I would say at least 75 to, it depends on what the number is, but 75 to 90% of the proceeds are going to go to my parents. Where, I forget where they have a lot, they have, like most boomers, they have most of.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so like I said, when I say use for some stuff, again, we may pay off the balance of my sister's car note or something like that, or like, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
tell me, so I could get to work and see if it's something I could do. I mean, tell me where you guys really need to be at as far as to take care of everything, your parents, your sister, her car note, whatever she wants to do and what you want to do. I mean, where idealistically ballpark do you think you would have to be? If it was a quick sale and it was all cash and I took it completely as is, I could do a quick sale, or I could, give your sister some time, or I could even do a lease back where we close, you get the money from the sale, and she still gets to live there, after the sale. Can you hear me?
What do you need to make an offer? Can I send you some photos, or get you over to the house sometime in the next month or couple of weeks or whatever, and have you what do you need to make an offer? Because this is the same thing your first guy and Ian were doing, and again, y'all don't want to call me out of the blue and again make the offer. I'm not going to give the first number. I've been doing sales my whole life too. I'm not trying to
No, I got you.
out a number.
No, that makes sense. It's just
I could go get people to just make offers if you guys are at a place where you can't make the first offer. You have to have the homeowner tell you something so you can then kind of come around it. I thought you guys did an evaluation. That's what Ian told me was going to happen. It's y'all were going to run some numbers and be able to give me a number.
right.
Back to where do you guys need to be at? How much money do you guys need? And I'm I fucking want as much money as I can get, man. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I'm not under any pressure whatsoever. Even if my sister moves out and sits vacant for 3 months while I have Rich listed, like, I'd rather get the most money. Again, I'm
Right.
happy to, like, entertain options that could be beneficial beyond just money, i.e. a quick transaction, not having to deal with a bunch of people crawling all over the house, not having to deal with like, you know what I mean, a family who's going to come in and try and nickel and dime me on some inspection report like I did when I bought my house. Nickel and dime the shit out of those people using the inspection report.
Yeah, and that's what you're saying is, what I was saying, what you're saying is true. Like, as a seller, I know as a seller, every seller, they want the most that they could get. But as an investor, someone who's not buying it to live in it, they're buying it as an investment. I wanted it at the best price I could possibly get. So whenever we call these people, we primarily look for people who want to sell, like they have an interest to sell their house. And so we just see where they need to be at. And if it's something that we could even, like in the ballpark of what we might be willing to, like it'll give us a starting point of like, okay, let me see if I can make that work. You know, that'll give us an idea.
Sure, instead of coming into it cold. Well, let me do this then. Like maybe, like again, this is kind of like again, I took your guys' call on the blue, and maybe I just kind of was like ahead of the curve. Let me do some more research and like try to figure out like, you know what I mean, where I think it should be, being based on like the convenience versus. Again, listing it and like.
Yeah, because the last thing I wanted to do was like give you a number and then you just like, okay, well I'll call you back, and then never hear from you again, and you shop it around and you say, oh well, this is what this person offered me. Can you beat that? You know, that's why we usually don't even go look at properties until we have like some sort of agreement. Because trust me, I've drove a lot of houses, I've seen a lot of houses, I wasted a lot of time looking at houses where people were. The sellers were the tire kickers. They were the tire kickers. So it's just about like, that's why I asked, like, how can I help you? Because in the situation, or how can I be a solution or add value to the situation besides just giving you an offer and you saying, okay, let me think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's, I guess we're early in the process sufficiently that's kind of like, I mean, when you say it like that, like I completely understand. It makes me feel better about like all three of you not giving me a number, because like
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Sorry, I just got my car from and the Bluetooth took over. So let me do that then. I'll save your number.
I didn't hear what you said the last 10 seconds.
Oh, I was just saying that from your perspective, it totally makes, like, I'm glad you explained it that way. It totally makes sense. It's not, like I said, I completely understand from a business standpoint, wanting to work with people who have more of a intent behind it instead of. I mean, again, that's basically what I'm doing. Like, nobody likes being called a tire kicker, but yeah, when your guy called me out of the blue, I was kind of expecting to kick some time. Like, what kind of numbers people are going to throw out? Because again, like I said, I'm not ready to sell it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the biggest thing.
There's no like pressure or whatever either. Like, I'm sure some people that you guys, like I said, I saw your website. Like, there's probably people who are way more intro, like need way more help. Like I said, if this was like something that the fucking roof had just blown off and like the foundation was cracked in half or something like that, it'd be a lot different. But because the house is in such solid structural shape and just needs a cosmetic facelift, so to speak, like maybe it's something that I just need to like look at it from that lens and like really kind of figure out a number that it would make sense for us to kind of like quote unquote walk away from without going through all the rigmarole of selling it on the market. And then I'll get back with you probably early next week.
Okay.
That'll give me some time tomorrow and over the weekend to like actually look at some stuff and talk.
Okay. So like Monday we could touch base again. Is there anybody else that you want to involve in the convo? Like to meet me, get to know me? Anybody else? Your brother, your sister, dad?
No, I mean again, like I just don't, like I said, I don't think it's like, again, my parents are old, like they don't need to definitely,
Yeah, I just want everybody to know who they're working with and just feel comfortable and know, that I'm a real person. I'll go out, I'll meet everybody. You,
no,
your
I'll
sister.
vouch for you, bro. Like I can tell you're not like a bot or whatever the kids say, right?
Yeah, a bot. What is it called? An NPC.
An NPC, right? Like your first guy there, that accent was rough. Like I honestly, like once I was talking to him, I was like, "Hey, what am I still doing on a phone with this person?"
The original call.
Huh?
Like the original call.
Yeah, the original call.
Yeah, that's.
I definitely usually hang up on those guys, but he caught me like right at the right time. And
We got lucky.
I was just, yeah.
You spoke to him, and then you got transferred to us. We're here.
Ian was cool. Like he definitely, you can tell he's like younger.
Mhm.
But he, you know what I mean? Like definitely, like made me feel more confident that it wasn't a scam, at least.
Yeah,
You know what I
no.
mean? Because that's what you hear all the time, like on Nextdoor. Oh, watch out for those scammers calling you saying they're gonna buy your house or whatever. Like that's all over Nextdoor and all the realtors, of course, say that.
Yeah, they do have some people out there I've seen saying they're gonna buy a house, but they don't buy it, or like they post other people's houses. I've been seeing that. I never really looked into it, but like I've heard of that.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, let me, I mean, probably by Monday, like, I'll definitely, I'll probably, look at stuff like the tax stuff, like how much, Collin County or City of Plano is calling it, like what they tax us on, because I, like, handle all that stuff, too. Like, that's all, like, I'm the one that, you know what I mean? Like, I handle all that stuff, for my parents. So,
You pay the taxes on this property, or you just handle it?
Yeah, I arranged to have the taxes paid. Yes, my mom and dad are way too old to be trusted to pay this. You know what I mean? They would fucking forget. Like they did that with something, whatever that was, like just last year. My sister was supposed to be on top of, and they like, it wasn't health insurance, but it was like one of the bills for the house. So after that happened, I was like, no, fucking forward me all the bills. Like, I'll just make sure that I'll be the adult and make sure these are all paid on time.
Right. So when you go to so what you're gonna do is you're just gonna look at the tax info and.
No, I'll probably like, I mean, again, at this point, now that I'm like really thinking about it, I'll probably like put it into, more than just Zillow, and again, kind of see what kind of numbers everything's spitting out, right? Like there's got to be more places than just whatever the tax appraiser that puts values on things. I mean, like I said, I don't really want to talk to. This is already, quite frankly, this is already taking up more of my time than I intended, right? Like I thought you were gonna call me. And this is nothing against you. I just mean in general. Like I don't fucking spend my time yakking on the phone with, and like again, like I'm already 30 minutes deep into this call and I still don't have a number. So
Well, that lets me know that it lets me know that you're at least serious about selling the house. Someone who's willing to spend 34 minutes on the phone talking to somebody about potentially buying it, at least it's a good sign that you're serious, you know?
Well, that's what I mean. We're definitely going to be selling it. Like, that's for sure. It may be, like, like if my sister can't get off her ass to find a house, it may be after Christmas. But, like, again, we definitely agreed that we're going to be selling the house.
Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. I'll put that in the notes. You're probably most likely going to sell after Christmas.
Yeah.
and then you're gonna do a little bit of research, probably look at the tax value, look at some other websites, see what, and then also I recommend, just because you said 90% of it's gonna go to your parents, some to your sisters, so just go over those numbers. What do you really need to make it work for you? But also take into consideration, like I said, the benefits of like as is, cash, fast, or
Not having to repair anything.
right, no walkthroughs or showings or anything like that, or commissions too. So
Right. Like closing costs, all that stuff. You guys pay for all like that was on your website too. You guys pay all that.
that's right. That's absolutely right. So
Or your offer is all inclusive of those fees or whatever.
that's correct. Whatever makes it a win-win really for everybody. We could get creative, but yeah, the standard, what we like to do is, some of the benefits is the basics, taking care of all the closing costs for you so you don't got to come out of pocket for anything. And sometimes we help facilitate moves, obviously the as is, things like that. But so look, Monday evening you think is best to call you back?
Well, I'll probably text you. I mean, like I said, I'm good with text. Like once I may text you like Saturday night after I finish looking around online with kind of like, hey, okay, so I've looked, fucking Zillow says this, tax will say that, factoring and all that stuff. I would want to quote unquote walk away with this, right? Like that's what you're asking when you say how much do I need, right? Like what? Again, we don't owe any other mortgage, no liens, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, what's going to be the number that makes everybody happy and you're satisfied and you feel like it was good for you, like good for like you won. It's a win-win,
Right, like we won, right. So that's what I mean. Like bro, 5 years ago this house wasn't worth $500,000. I'll tell you that. So like this is all like new to us as far as like what we thought we would be getting for the house. Which again, not that was something we were like talking about before, a year ago when we realized what was going to be going on with my dad's health issues and stuff. So like, it's definitely something that like I'll look and I'll be able to like I just hadn't really thought about it, like I said. So I'll look at it, I'll figure it out, and I'll like text you even if it's before Monday.
All right, that's a deal.
Cool, man.
I appreciate you taking, yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, James, and just do what you got to do and call me, text me anytime. This is my personal cell. I'll reach out to you Monday if I don't hear from you.
Awesome, thank you.
Absolutely, brother. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Bye. Could you hear that?
You was running game on him.
You think so?
That was a good call.
Just trying to get a number out of him.
I know, you didn't want to call up nothing. I hate when people are like that.
No, and I think it's okay. He didn't know. To be honest, if he would have given me a number that he wasn't sure on, he could feel justified to like back out on that number or something. Well, also that's why it's my responsibility if he does give me a number to close on him if he gives me a number. But I would it's a follow-up. It's just what it is. It's a follow-up. I can't do anything about it. I probably could have closed him in one call, but I mean, he even said timeline-wise, his sister's still living in there. He's not in a rush. So
Yeah, I get that too.
it's something that I'm just gonna have to follow up on and nurture and build a relationship with him.
I mean, he seems pretty fond of you already.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool at people for real.
I got this lead from the cold callers. The estimate is 1.6 million. For cash offer in mine is 1.75 million.